People are furious, y'all. Cut the food stamps. Now you're gonna cut the food banks?
What?
Well, I'll be God. Hello, everyone. Thank you for stopping by just to see me today. To see me. Woo, people. Times are hard. And I understand that you are struggling. I understand that it's hard to find a job. It's hard to pay your rent or mortgage. It's hard to put food on the table. I understand. Now they say it's going to be even harder for people to find food. Even though we are supposed to be better than animals who can feed their young. But it's hard for people to find food because they've already made cuts to the food stamps. Now they're doing cuts, more cuts on the food banks. People who can't afford food or people who don't qualify for food stamps, now they're gonna cut the food banks. Cut. I got to cut right now because I got to sneeze. I'm sorry. Moving right along. Whew. I got some videos to show you guys. Some of y'all gonna get mad at what I have to say, and some of y'all gonna get mad at what the people on the video have to say. But you know what? You can get mad all you want to. But the real person that you need to be getting mad at is yourself. All right? And I'm going to explain why you should be mad at number uno, you yourself. All right? Here we go. Let me pull up this first one. Georgia is cutting off food stamps. Not just Georgia, other states. I don't know if I played this video before, but I feel like I played her video before. But listen to what this young lady has to say, and be sure you listen to the whole entire thing because she makes a whole lot of damn sense. I'm just saying. Listen.
So they're cutting off food stamps in certain counties in Georgia. I'm happy. They should have been did that, people. I don't understand people's fascination with remaining on welfare and receiving some type of benefits for the rest of their lives. I do not understand that. And people, before y'all jump talking about something, who chooses welfare, who wants to be on welfare. No, a lot of y'all MFers choose welfare. And how do y'all choose it? Y'all choose these Section 8 living situations where you're going to remain in Section 8 and just pay that minimum amount of rent. And a lot of times that rent is based off your income. So you would not try to better your life to move on because you want to stay at this low rent. And people, a lot of times, it's people of color. I'm not going to say just black people, just Hispanics, but people, I know black people my age that's been in Section 8 all their lives. Their kids are in college. And that person is still on Section 8 getting welfare. I blame the Democrats, people. I blame the Democrats because they made it beneficial for the black men to remain out the home. We all know that the black woman couldn't have the black man in the home with the kids. You know what I'm saying? So they made that beneficial for them. And then if you get caught with a man in the house, whatever, he's not on your lease, yada, yada, or you get married, yada, yada, and they find out, that changes your living situation. So that means you might have to end up paying more rent, and God forbid you have to do that. And people, the real estate people, they know you can get a house on Section 8. You can use that Section 8 voucher to help purchase your first-time home. But a lot of people don't know that. They're just worrying about that little $80 rent. They don't want to really maximize that benefit. So I feel like, yes, cut the food stamps off. It's not fair that these lazy-ass adults with no children worrying about food stamps. And before y'all say, oh, the cost of living is too high, well, thank the fucking Democrats. When Trump come into office, I really feel like, and with Elon, like with them doing that transparency and government stuff, they really need to tighten up the welfare system and see who's getting it and see how long they've been in it. Because a lot of these Section 8 lists are long. Why is the wait list so long? Because they're passing these Section 8 properties to generations, like just grandma, mom, grandkid, everybody in the Section 8 house. Like, I hope this type of food stamp cut, and I hope that shit spread across this country, people.
I want to know down in the comment section how many of y'all are mad at her for what she's saying. Is she telling the truth? That y'all chose welfare instead of working. You chose food stamps. You chose Section 8. You chose to be lazy. You chose to be an unproductive citizen of this great United States of America. Yeah, I said it was great. If you don't like it, damn it, leave. Take your ass somewhere else. We don't need you here if you don't think America is the best damn country there is. Go somewhere else. Go somewhere else, okay? We don't need you, all right? But to sit on the system and do nothing, not to even get a better job so you can make more money, so you don't have to struggle, so you rather struggle. Don't get me wrong, like I have to keep saying over and over and over to the people with selective hearing. I understand now that the disabled people and people who have lost their jobs getting food stamps and benefits temporarily. That's what it's supposed to be for, people. That's what it's supposed to be for. But y'all have made it a lifetime thing. You guys are abusers. And then you get mad when people call you out on it. You abuse the system, just like some of y'all abuse your kids. Your kids are looking at you, like I keep saying. You don't want them to be proud of you because you are somebody. You ain't dependent on the government or somebody else, a food bank, food stamps, Section 8. You doing it on your own. You don't want your kids to be happy and they don't have to go to school feeling ashamed. People calling them welfare kids. You don't mind that. You don't. Like I said, I know everybody can't work. I know that. Listen to this right here. Charlie Kirk.
Your bill, the Republicans' bill that they're trying to pass, they're trying to cut food stamps. They're trying to cut WIC. So what do you have to say about that? Yeah, if people are living on a shoestring about it, what are they going to do now that those helping things are gone?
First and foremost, it should be a safety net, not a hammock. And yes, we absolutely should means test this. People who are able to work should work, and we should not subsidize people that endlessly leech off of the federal government. Period.
Agree. What I'm saying is that there are people who do work and who still cannot afford it. So what do you say to those people who they are working, they're working hard?
I just told you, I just called BS on your whole scenario.
There are people who are leeching off the government system, leeching their whole entire life. And she said, well, what if people are working and they still have to have food stamps? I say to that, you most likely are living beyond your means, okay? A lot of people do. They don't want to admit it, but they are living above their means, okay? And whose fault is that? Is it the taxpayers that you don't know how to budget? Is it the taxpayers' problem because you went out there and accumulated all these bills with these expensive cars and houses that you really can't afford? That you thought you could, that you let somebody talk you into buying? Is it our problem? Should we pay for that because you were negligent? Should we? Huh? Put it on down there. We want to know. I really want to know. Okay? Yes, people are working and still need help. But are they going to try to do anything better with themselves? Or are they just going to keep going online complaining and complaining to people and relatives? Are they going to keep doing that? Yes, they are. Till the day they die, some of them. Moving right along. This man right here is so angry about the cuts. Cut food stamp, then cut the food banks. What the actual F is going on here, y'all?
So let me get this straight. They cut fucking food stamps because they said, people can just go to food banks. That was their plan. That was their goddamn solution to hunger in America. And then those same people turned around and cut $500 million in funding to those same fucking food banks. $500 million gone just like that. How fucking sick is that? This isn't just some policy disagreement. This is cruelty. Straight up, calculated, disgusting cruelty. People are gonna go hungry. Kids, seniors, working families, people already hanging on by a thread, all because some rich assholes in suits think they're too good to care. And here's the thing, like it or not, there will always be people in our society who need help. That's not a failure, that's just reality. And it's fucking okay. Not everyone can work. Not everyone has family to fall back on. Not everyone gets a fair shot. That's why safety nets exist. That's why we're supposed to give a shit about each other. But instead, the people in charge, the Schumers, the Cruzes, all of them, they gut programs people rely on, then they pat themselves on the back for being fiscally responsible. Like starving your own citizens is some kind of budget win? Fuck that. We are the richest country on earth. If we can fund wars, bail out banks, and give billionaires tax breaks, then we can damn well feed people. This system is broken. It's mean. And it's designed to stay that way unless we call this shit out every single time. So keep the receipts and don't let these assholes pretend this is anything but what it is. An attack on people who need help most.
He said they give billionaires tax breaks. Sir, you must don't know. Anybody, anyone, somebody can get a tax break. You just don't know how to use the system that was created for you, okay? You just don't know how. He also said people need a safety net. Yeah, really? But for how long, sir? How long people need to have a safety net? For their whole entire life? So you can be an abuser your whole entire life because you need a safety net? Because you don't know how to feed your children, as they say? When an animal is way better than you? Like I said, they can fend for their young, but you can't. You need a safety net for your whole entire life. That's what he's saying, y'all. He said people are going to go hungry. What do people do when they go hungry, y'all? Do they rob and steal and kill? Is that what they're going to do? Is that what's going to happen? So they can't go out there and find means? I mean, you see people begging on the street asking for food. You wouldn't do that for your kids? You wouldn't? You're no better, like I said, than a lion, a wolf, a tiger, a bear. You are no better than them. And we are supposed to be smarter than them. What happened? I want to know. Tell me down in the comment section. Before there was even food stamps, EBT, what happened? Huh? What did the people do to survive back in those days? So you trying to tell us that they were way smarter? They worked harder? They didn't depend on nobody? Maybe their family helped them? People don't help each other anymore. A stranger will help you before your family will. So you trying to tell me that way back when, before there was even lights, people was feeding their kids. Maybe they was much thinner, smaller than what people are now. But then again, I'm pretty sure there was fat people too. But they were still surviving. They was eating beans, rice, soup. They were surviving. They will survive. Take the food stamps away. Watch what I say. They will survive. They want pity. The people these days want pity. And that's horrible. Like I said, the disabled, handicapped, understand. Moving right along. Food banks, fraud. Listen to this. This guy said the food banks are cutting benefits, cutting the programs. They couldn't. They didn't say they was getting rid of them. They just couldn't. The fraud. Listen.
They took all of our food.
A week ago today, law enforcement raided the building, taking almost everything.
They showed up with battering rams, bulletproof vests, guns drawn, and they came here and they literally herded all of our secretaries and people into one room while they went through the place.
They hired an outside forensic accounting firm and realized how bad it was. Weaver says the fraud was in the 7 to 8 digit range. Cooper denies the allegations, writing in an email to NBC4, "I did not use any funds for personal use."
She can make any statement that she wants, but the evidence is the evidence, and we have lots of it.
Cooper says she was removed from her role in March of this year, but still remains on the payroll. The food bank, which serves about 300 pantries, mostly in South LA and Long Beach, is now closed down.
We still don't know what the complete fallout from the state and federal government is going to be, but right now we're just restructuring, and we're going to continue to go out and feed people.
Meantime, that state investigation continues.
See how they make people mad and upset, the news. They acting like they just gonna cut the food banks off. People ain't gonna have nothing. They gonna be starving. They don't tell the whole damn truth. That's what it is, y'all. They don't tell the truth. They don't. Leave right along. Let me play this next one. You about to see what's really going on here. Okay? Well, no, let me read this first to you. Let me read this, if I can pull it up. Lord. Here we go. Let me read this to you guys right here. Food banks can misuse funds through misappropriations, like using donations for personal gain or not following IRS regulations regarding restricted donations. Misusing funds. Misappropriate of funds, personal use. Use donation funds for personal expenses, salaries, or benefits that are not directly related to the food bank's mission is a misuse of funds. Failure to follow IRS regulations. Nonprofits, including food banks, must adhere to specific IRS guidelines regarding donations, including how they can be used. Restricted donations. If donations are designed for a specific purpose, they cannot be used for other purpose without violating the terms or donations. You can read the rest. That's for all the people who's saying, what a shame that they doing this to the people. You know there's fraud in everything. There's fraud in the food stamp system. There's fraud in the Section 8 system. There's fraud on your job. There's fraud everywhere. There's fraud in the U.S. government. There's fraud. But y'all think it's okay and they're not supposed to investigate nothing. Just keep it the way it is. Let the taxpayer continue wasting their money. Some of y'all going straight to hell. Here we go. Let me pull this up. All right. The Oregon Food Bank is facing uncertainties. Why?
There is a lot of confusion. There's a lot of fear. There's a lot of stress.
The Oregon Food Bank is facing uncertainty after learning this month that the U.S. Department of Agriculture has halted $500 million in deliveries to food banks across the country. According to Morgan Dewey, the timing couldn't be worse, as the food bank saw a rising demand in 2024 with an increase in 2.5 million visits to food assistance sites across our region, which is a 31% increase from the year prior.
We are in an ongoing hunger crisis. The last thing we need is to see food disappearing from the shelves.
Dewey says the cuts from the USDA will mean 90 fewer truckloads of food to the food bank starting in April, which delivers to 21 regional banks and has more than 1,400 distribution sites statewide. She says that is a loss of more than 4 million pounds of food and could have a disastrous impact.
Like I said, people, they don't tell you the whole story. They don't tell you the full story, why things are really happening, why those are doing these cuts. They want you to believe that Elon Musk is evil, Trump is evil, the Republicans are evil. They're hurting the people. They know people can't survive. They know people don't have no backbone. They know people going to be starving and hungry. And they do this. Well, hell, according to some people, hell, they starving and hungry, and they got their ass on food stamps. They starving and hungry. Haven't you seen the videos? They still hungry. I don't get enough food stamps. I got 7, 8 kids. I don't get enough food stamps. I got 3, 4, 5 kids. I don't get enough food stamps. We still hungry. We want more chips. We want more steaks. We want more crab legs. We want more and more and more. Sandfay girl, you just jealous. You just jealous of the people with the food stamps and benefits. You just jealous. No, I'm not. I'm not jealous. I don't want to sit on a system that tells me what to do, okay? That controls me, okay? Maybe you like that, but I don't like it. I'm not sitting up here waiting and being scared if I'm going to get cut off. Cut off for good. I don't like that. I control my income. I control what I eat. I control what I do. I control my finances, not the federal government. I pay my taxes. I sure do. Every year on all my incomes, okay? So I control my life. You ain't controlling your life if you depending on someone else to help you survive in your life. You not, all right? I don't give a damn what you said. You ain't controlling your life. Do I feel bad for some people? Yes, I do. Like I said, only the handicapped people, not the disabled. What? Well, maybe some disabled people. The ones who maybe lose their job, but they looking for a job. They actually looking, okay? They don't want to be sitting on the system forever and ever and ever. Some of them go to school, learn a trade, or do something because they don't want to depend on the government. Because they want to be somebody in life. They want to be somebody. All right? With all that said, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. And watch the next video coming up. Thank you.
Yeah.